So, does Company make it into the team of the decade? Does Aguero make it into the team of the decade from these two? Let's have a look where they found common ground. Probably more than you might think with the goalkeeper. How straightforward was that?
The goalkeeper?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's a pretty simple one. De Gea, I think, has been nominated in the PFA team most of the years. He's been outstanding. He had a dip last year, obviously, but I think generally over the last decade he's been the #1 goalkeeper. Tough start, but improved enormously.
Same back four, which is interesting because you didn't pick it together. You weren't in the same room when you did it. But Virgil van Dijk, in terms of the decade, Jamie?
Yeah, so listen, John Terry's played in this decade. We're actually judging players just in this decade. John Terry wasn't at his best. Steven Gerrard in the midfield played in this decade, but wasn't. They were at the best, obviously, the 10 years before. So we're just judging it on that. And
it didn't arrive until 2015.
No, but I just think. I think Virgil van Dijk, when he finishes at Liverpool the next 4 or 5 years, I think for me he's going to be #1. I've always said John Terry in terms of the Premier League era, but I think he's going to go above. I think he's that good, and it probably just shows how highly we both rate him, the fact he's gone in over such a short time, but he's that good. He had to go on. I don't think it was even a debate, really, he was in.
Have you been blessed for fullbacks in this decade?
Yeah, there's some good fullbacks. I mean, I think probably Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold, what they're doing at the moment, if they'd been probably played another couple of seasons. But Zabaleta and Azpilicueta, such consistent performers in title-winning teams. I think just both of us obviously believe that they were the right pick. Sometimes when you sort of don't see a player for a couple of years like Zabaleta, or you see him at sort of West Ham now, it can take away your thinking of how good he was. But he was so good for 3 or 4 seasons.
Both of you have gone for Eden Hazard, but you've gone from him in different positions. So you've actually got him, Gary, in your midfield 3, one of your workhorses in there. Jamie.
How do we wonder how it failed at Valencia when he's got Eden Hazard in central midfield? I mean, that is just a nonsense.
Who do you go for?
In midfield?
Yeah.
What was it?
Let's have the big reveal for you.
So Kante goes in. Kante's a World Cup winner. He's probably he'd get in a World 11 possibly now. He won the league at Leicester, and then he come to Chelsea a year later, and they won the league, and he was probably the best player in each. Did he win PFA Player of the Year or Footballer of the Year? Both years. He's got to go in there. The one who I was very close to putting in was Kevin De Bruyne. I think if Kevin De Bruyne wouldn't have got injured a year or so ago and had another 12 months of real quality, what we say, it maybe really pushed me with Yaya Toure. But I just think of Yaya Toure, it almost felt like those 2 seasons when City won those first 2 leagues. There was company at the back. Aguero got the famous goal, but I just remember him just powering through and just running like. I think I described it as a man in a kid's game, and that's what it felt like. That one against, I think it was Aston Villa. And he just runs through and just goes and gets that goal. And I couldn't leave Toure. You couldn't leave David Silva out, but Kante had to be.
You couldn't leave Company, Silva, Toure, and Aguero out for what they've done at City in these last few years and the titles that they've won. You couldn't. You had to have them in there, and I just wanted to put a couple of more attacking players in front of Yaya Toure. I fancied getting in. I fancied getting an extra striker.
All right. So who's your?
So you had Yaya Toure holding midfield player.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, go on then.
That's fine.
Yeah. Well, he's not going to bomb forward now, is he? Go on.
Who's your other striker?
Gareth Bale.
Okay.
And the reason I went for Bale is because he wasn't in the league for a long time, as such across the full decade, but he won PFA Player of the Year twice and Young Player of the Year. And I was thinking probably Shearer's won PFA Player of the Year twice. I'm not sure if Henry has. I don't think Stevie has. I think of those, it's a big thing to win PFA Player of the Year. To do it twice in 3 years is unbelievable, which then got him a move for the world record fee. You think of what he did for Wales in a tournament, what he's done in Champions League finals. I know that's not the Premier League, but I think what he did in those 3 or 4 years and being the best player in the league for 2 out of 3 years, I think is something special.
All right. You've got two holes left in your team in 4 positions.
Yeah, I've gone for Harry Kane.
Sergio Aguero, Harry Kane,
and Luis Suarez. If you said to me, which strikers would I have up front if I had to pick 2? I mean, Aguero, I've had in my thinker team every single year.
He got 173 goals in that decade, Aguero.
Yeah, I love him to bits, and that's why I put him in. But ultimately, if you're saying to me, pick a front 2 that I would want in my team, it'd be Kane and Suarez. Suarez is a phenomenon for me as a player. He's absolutely unbelievable.
I don't know.
What?
So where are the three strikers playing? I can't quite work this out. Who's playing wide?
You know, it's hypothetical.
No, we'll take this serious. Take this serious.
We're going to put the match on. We're going to stage the match.
Who's going to win the game? Who's going to win the game?
Why do you think your team is superior?
You've got three players who want to play in the same position. This is the problem. That's why England never won nothing. When he was playing, when he was coaching, they don't try and get all the best players in. They don't think about the team. You've got Eden Hazard in midfield.
Come on, Gary.
No, I'm fine with it. I'm really comfortable as I sit here tonight. It's 10 to 11 on a Monday night. Honestly. The idea of whether my team will beat his team, I'm not really interested in it, to be honest with you. But I'm very comfortable that I've got the best players that I've seen in the last 10 years in the Premier League in those forward areas. I'm very comfortable with that.
All right.
Yeah, Torres team with beat us. Remember that team he picked?
Do I get the deciding vote?
Go on, Dave.
Who would you like, Dave?
You've got to have Kante in there, haven't you?
You've got to have Kante, haven't you?
Kante in there. It's a more pragmatic choice, Gary. Sorry,
You've got to have Kante in
Jamie.
there.
You went off to
Valencia. I lost confidence in myself. Kante in my team, will you?
Yeah, you have your own disagreements and arguments, as I'm sure you will, up and down the land.